guys, back again for another pickups video. Now a couple of weeks ago I posted this picture on my social media, and you know that feeling when you just pick up a whole heap of retro games and you put them in the back of the car and you drive away? It's one of the best feelings ever, and that's what happened shortly after this picture was taken. I picked up a really awesome Amiga 500 bundle, sorry, a 500 plus bundle. Not that that makes any difference, but you know, minor details. And I'm going to show you guys some of the games, well in fact all of the games, and a couple of the kind of demo discs as well. Now I've accumulated some games since, and I just want to say a massive thank you to Jonathan on my Twitter and my Facebook for sending me 4 of those games. You know, that's so awesome. Thank you so much, man. The community is wicked, and it means a lot because I really want to start collecting Amiga games a little bit more. It definitely is the forgotten era of my gaming, and the reason behind that is because back in the day we never had an Amiga. I always played the Amiga around at my friend's house, Gareth, and also around at Matt's house, and I just loved it back then, and now I love it just as much. The colours are fantastic. The sounds from the Amiga consoles are better than anything out there, including the SNES, I believe. It's incredibly enriching, and I'm so glad I've been hammering the Amiga over the last couple of weeks. Now, side note guys, again, for those of you that follow me on my social media, you'll know that when I bought the Amiga it was incredibly yellowed, and I spent 2 days stripping it back and coating it with the hydrogen peroxide solution. Now, rather than blab off in the video about that procedure, I'll put a link to my blog, and there'll probably be an annotation in this corner as well. You guys can check out that tutorial and you can see some pictorial evidence of the sequence from start to finish. It's actually really interesting, and I'm incredibly pleased with the results. Next is the Famicom, which is up there, so that's getting done. But if you have any questions, let me know. Now I've talked enough. I just want to get into this and show you guys exactly what is in this awesome bundle. So before I show you some of the awesome box titles, this was the Amiga setup last weekend after I'd stripped it down and treated it with hydrogen peroxide. I was using the Mega Drive joystick, but it came with this Cheetah 125 Plus, which I think came out in the mid-80s. It's not great, it lacks quite a bit, the auto fire is quite sporadic, but nonetheless it does the trick. A box title, well titles rather, you know, the definitive collection of games award winners. This is really nice, everything works, and it also came with an absolute ton of demos, which is fantastic if you've not played things for a while, such as Super Frog here. I've not played that in a long time. Again, on box titles we've got Blood Witch, Tintin on the Moon, Lancaster, and also coming up to one of my favourite puzzle games, Jumpin' Jackson. That literally has kept me entertained for hours. In that pack here is everything you see. Again, everything works. A lot of people have been saying to me, you know, Amiga games aren't very stable, and I get that. I'm not bothered if any of these work because I'm not really a sports kind of gal. First up guys is the Street Fighter 2 box. Now this is 4 discs, and I had some awesome fun playing this the other week. A lot of people moan, oh you have to change the discs constantly, and yes you do, but that's part of having an Amiga, you know. You're going to pop up on the screen, it'll say insert disc whatever, and you just have to pop it in and carry on playing. Now I totally I forgot about that almost. Like I said, this is a forgotten era of gaming for me, but it made me smile when I popped this in, and it was, you know, going into a match you had to change the disc all the time, and it just made me smile. It was really heartwarming. I totally remember it from back in the day. So this is really nice to have. This is boxed complete. Second up then guys is a classic strategy game, and that is SimCity. You guys know, or for those of you that know me quite well on social media, I love theme park, I love SimCity, I love The Sims. I really like the notion of building and creating from the ground up. And I think this cost me like a £5 from a local retro game store, so that was really nice to have. And what kind of draws me to this is it kind of adopts that classic 80s neon look on the front artwork. I posted on Instagram that I thought it was really cool, and I just think this overall as a kind of series right up to the present day through PC gaming, you know, is awesome. SimCity is a cracking game. I love it on the SNES as well, although it's got no save function on the SNES. this is a blinding port. Now there's a lot of games to go through, guys, so there'll also be pictures on screen of other games that I literally don't have the capacity to squeeze all into a 10-minute video. But before we get to that, guys, I picked up a copy of Shadow of the Beast 3, which came with Shadow of the Beast 2 as well. Now this works, but for some reason it only works to a certain point. I can't seem to get past the title screens. I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong, but if you guys have any tips, then please let me know, because this, again, is a really nice side-scrolling action-adventure game. It's an absolute blinder to have. Big shout out to Gemma and Alex from Level Up Games for hooking me up with some really nice boxed and unboxed Amiga titles this week, starting, guys, with Double Dragon. Now yes, this is a lame port of the game, but I don't care. I'm a huge fan of the series, and you know, you're playing the Amiga typically with a joystick, and you have to play Double Dragon with a joystick. I think I actually really enjoy this game. I have it on the NES as well, which I don't really kind of get on with very much, but it's awesome on the Amiga. Second up from Level Up Games is Magic Land Dizzy. Now again, this was one of the first games, rather the first series of side-scrollers that I ever played on the ZX Spectrum, and obviously the Oliver twins are legends in their own right, and this game is fantastic on the Amiga. Just kind of looking on the back, the colour saturation looks fantastic, and it's always great to tap into those castles and worlds that just ripple through the Dizzy series. Another classic series, guys, a racing series, and that is Outrun. Arguably, again, a very lame port, but I just love the series. I've always been a fan of the artwork, and it's a must-have for any game collection on any platform. If you own an Amiga, it wouldn't be right to own it without a copy of Monkey Island 2. So there we go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. There's loads and loads of games packed into that bundle. Please like, comment and subscribe. Also check out my interview that I did with Dan, who is the owner and founder, the guy that kind of brought to our attention the Nintendo PlayStation prototype. That will probably be in this corner and also in the description. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. But for now, guys, take care.